I keep my eyes shut for a while, even after I know I'm too awake to go back to sleep. I'm not ready to face today. I'm not ready to think about anything or anyone. I don't want to think at all, honestly, but I know I don't have forever. I also know that I can't put things off much longer, unfortunately. When I do open my eyes, I see Sarah's face over mine. She gently taps my nose. Time to wake up. You're going to be too hot for this world to handle if you keep overdoing it on the beauty sleep. All the events that happened yesterday slam back into my head, and every question still waiting to be answered swarms me all at once. I grab Sarah, pull her down, and kiss her slowly. Then I suck her bottom lip. I need to figure something out today, right? Make some kind of forward progress that will allow me to keep more... Make some kind of forward progress. Okay. I need to figure something out today, right? Make some kind of forward progress that will allow me to keep moving forward. When I draw back, Sarah blushes and bites her bottom lip. Why? I shrug a little. I was undecided and wanted to see what it would be like to kiss you again. Sarah lets out a shaky breath, then looks past me to our living room area where I see Special Agent Castillo sitting. Oh, the freaking guest waiting outside for me, and I'm just in here sucking on a girl's bottom lip. Pull my blanket back over my head. Oh my gosh, can Castillo see them? It doesn't say that the door is closed. Of course. Good morning, girls. Please tell me that we don't just continue to have a casual conversation dressed like this. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. I force the blanket down and Sarah smiles softly. I'll get dressed and be right outside, like you asked, Agent Castillo. If you need anything, Ekiya, you know what to do. Oh my God, we are just gonna have a casual conversation with her. And she is gonna be wearing her professional attire, and I'm going to be in my Sleepy Betty buys. I try to organize my hair. For fuck's sake, I don't know if I can continue. This is just so utterly ridiculous. No. I try to organize my hair as I get up. I don't like the idea of Sarah being outside on her own. It feels less safe than just about anything else right now. We can't predict people. I have no clue what she might be up against, and I definitely hate the idea of her getting hurt. Agent Castillo seems to sense what I'm thinking about. I'm having her wait outside for her own protection. The more she knows, the more danger she's in. And I do have people watching her. Not that they'll be able to do much if the aliens decide to attack. Cool. Thanks for the reassurance, I suppose. They can probably protect her from other humans, though. I guess that's good enough for now. Can I get dressed before we talk? Yes, please. Please put on some clothes. Thank you. This is a little awkward. You should already be dressed, madame. Castillo gives me a once-over, but she plays it cool with a nod. I can feel her eyes following me as I spring out of bed and make a beeline for the bathroom door. Did she just check out my butt? No way. She's way too professional for that. Clearly not. If she were professional, she wouldn't have entered the room in the first place. Or at least that's what I'm telling myself. But who knows? Maybe she's just trying to be subtle. I dip into the bathroom and change into new clothes, freshen up a little, and all that. I want to feel human for this conversation. Alive and real. I nod, then grab some coffee, trying to work up enough energy to deal with Castillo. She already has tea, so I don't offer her anything. She waits for me to take a few sips before leaning forward on her knees. Debrief me on the meeting with the alien. I look around and notice all the phones are off. The TV is off, too. If I didn't know any better, I'd say all the power in the building is off. I know they're not sure how the aliens spy on us, but this feels excessive. Talked to Zen about plenty. They still trust me enough to tell me things, I guess. I don't really know what you want to know, though. Everything that you know. I tell her almost everything, leaving out the parts that I consider personal, like that kiss on the cheek and my own feelings. Yeah, that's probably better to keep that to yourself and not tell that to the government. Castillo's leg bounces and I see her forehead crease the more I talk. She shakes her head and holds up her hand. Enough! You didn't notice any weaknesses? Any details that we didn't already know? As fascinating as hearing about your conversation with Zen is, I have specific things I need to know. You didn't really give me a checklist, I don't think. I'm just a regular person. I'm not a detective like you. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't bother to point out that she said everything when I asked her how much she wanted to know. I need something more. What do you have that's actually relevant? Talk about their logic. I feel like that That will give her a clue on how this is going to fold out and how to stop it, right? Because everyone, I think it's very clear Zen is the boss, having been the only one that they've ever seen broadcasted on the TV. I think that's pretty clear. However, the whole predicament is if you understand how they think, then you understand how to stop them, right? Their logic is different. Expand on that. I lean back and take another drink of my coffee. I don't want to dive into this, but I have to do something. Before they came here, they had no idea how money, capitalism, or any aspect of our society worked. So they're not thinking on the same terms as us. They're learning, picking, and choosing information that they think is relevant based on instances of history here and in other places. And what did you tell them? Is this your fault? All these murders? This invasion? Is it on you? How could it be on her? Huh? What do you mean? She's just plucked from the street. She is not the one that is freaking snapping her fingers and making people turn to ash. I watch her for a long moment, frustrated. I guess you could say that. I mean, I told them about money, but I didn't think this would happen. I answered a few basic questions and said things that everyone knows. Do you really think I would have said any of that if I thought they were going to start killing people? Kia, if sharing common information with an alien species is against the law, it looks like it's time to lock me up or kill me yourself, right? Because they couldn't have chosen anyone else to ask those questions to. Clearly, I'm special, and I wanted to see the downfall of my own planet, which is why I didn't give them any specifics. Without realizing it, I am drawn to Castillo. My voice grows louder as I move closer to her, my face now only centimeters from hers. As I gaze into her eyes, I notice a hint of concern. It's the first sign of vulnerability I've ever seen from her. Good. I think she deserves to be scared a little bit. Is she frightened by my sudden assertiveness? Glancing down, I notice that I have instinctively grabbed hold of her arm. I can feel the strength in her muscles, and I realize she could easily overpower me if she wished. Oh, big jump. Okay. Apparently, she likes very assertive women. Lost in thought about her physical prowess, I feel my cheeks grow warm with embarrassment. Oh my gosh, Sarah is still nearby. Quickly retracting my hand, I watch as Castillo raises her own hands in a calming gesture, silently urging me to relax. I sit back down in front of her and exhale. I understand. I already told you. They asked me if everyone had money. They asked me why I gave money to a homeless person. I explained that people have different amounts for different reasons and that the ones with the most money are the most powerful decision makers across the globe. Is any of that wrong? You're not on trial, Ekiya. Take a breath. You be so for real right now. It kind of felt like a trial a few months ago. I try to do as she says. I breathe deeply, then nod. I don't know why, but being near Castillo has me all worked up. You said what anyone would have. I don't know how they got to this point. And I don't know if there's anything I can do to convince Zen that they're wrong. I don't know if we have any hope of bringing our normal back. But if there's a way, I want to find it. Castillo is quiet for a while, letting me stew in my own thoughts. I hate the silence. I hate not knowing what she's thinking. It makes me nervous. I squirm and she sits up. You need to get in touch with the alien again. Are you kidding me? You better give me a specific list, an itemized receipt of questions that you'd like me to ask. What? It's too soon to do that. Every day counts. That's true too, honestly. But they're already suspicious after yesterday. It was like Zen knew that I was hiding something. If the truth comes out, then you lose me and they'll attack. We have to be smart. Castillo. Is she reasserting dominance back? Is that what's happening? Castillo stands over me, glowering down at me. I half expect her to hit me, considering the look in her eyes. But she takes a slow breath and then clasps her hands in front of her. Every day counts. Every day there are lives on the line. You need to go back. Today. Find some excuse. Something that's half true or not at all true. Your entire planet is hanging by a thread and you're the only one who can do anything. But I don't want anything to happen to you, but you need to go up there. Soon. No excuses. Castillo gives my shoulder a reassuring squeeze and I shiver from her electric touch. Our eyes lock and I can't help but admire her stunning beauty. Her skin is like silk, and those lips, they're just begging to be kissed. Girl, Sarah is literally like right around the corner. It's clear that you're this world's only hope. That's not a lot of pressure whatsoever. That's not going to make me feel stressed. With that ominous statement that I absolutely hate, she walks to the door. I'll be in touch. I follow her out, telling Sarah I'll be back as I pass her by. My head is all wrapped up in this as I catch Castillo getting into a vehicle that looks like it's from a time before computers. I continue walking until I get to the underground. I hold the railing in my hand and remember I don't have a job anymore. I don't have any work to do. So instead, I go to a small excuse for a park. A lot of people are wandering around, clearly not sure what to do with their free time. Taking a seat on a bench in front of a pond, I watch those people for a while. Then the ducks. That sounds actually quite peaceful. People are losing their minds. Well, that's not quite so peaceful. Going crazy without structure or money to work for. The ducks are exactly the same. Their lives haven't changed at all. If anything, the ducks are getting more treats from people. They're lucky. A loud group of men distract me as they come through the park. They're obviously drunk, judging by the way that they're slurring their words. I have no idea what they're yelling at first, but when they get closer, I can make some of it out. Fuck the rich! Eat the rich! They don't deserve shit! They should just be shit! It's time for anarchy! Worship Zen! They freeze us! A liberator! Uh-oh. The first man points at the ducks relaxing on the surface of the water, and then chucks a rock at them. He misses, but his friends join in. Ooh, that's gonna make me real mad. Do I have an option to go over there and punch them in the face? They fling rock after rock until they actually hit a small duck. It squawks and tries to waddle away, but its wing is obviously hurt. I rush over and pull the duck into my arms, supporting its weird feet. Well, gee, you don't need to shame its feet. Just save it. My goodness. The group closes in around me as the duck stills. I back towards the pond. You're pathetic carrying out a stupid duck. There are plenty more where that one came from. And there are plenty more of you where you came from. Yeah, you some kind of sissy crybaby, getting all hurt over nothing. Aw, did we hurt the baby's feelings? I swallow hard, then look down at the duck. It's dead. Completely dead. It's hard to see where the bleeding is coming from, but it's all limp in my arms. Somehow, out of everything that's happened, this is the last straw. I can't take it anymore. It's not smart, but I don't care. I start yelling at them, my voice as loud as I can get it to go. You are all stupid pieces of shit. What did this duck ever do to you? And what do you get out of killing an innocent duck in the first place? The first one grins a vicious smile while pulling out a knife. Oh, they're looking for all sorts of violence, aren't they? This suddenly just got very dangerous. It's a crime to be bored. Yeah, it's fun. What do you care? Now that work isn't a thing, I guess we don't have to limit ourselves, do we? They look me over like I'm a full meal, and they're starving. Even so, I won't back down. This is so wrong, so entirely and completely wrong. There's no way that we can be this awful as a species. This stupid and cruel and mean. Why don't you come over here? We can show you all sorts of ways to have fun. No, I don't think you guys actually know how to have fun, though. I'll pass. We'll be like Zen and experiment on you. The second man looks me over slowly, focusing on my chest even though I'm still holding the duck. I narrow my eyes. You all deserve to die. You're useless. You're cruel. You blame the rich. But what are you? You're worse. Oh? Take care of them. Friggin' take care of them. Do it, Zen. Do it. These are the guys. These are the ones. Do it. They come at me, but suddenly there's a beam of light and Zen is standing between us. They simply stay there, imposing, unflinching, and still. I stumble and fall on my bottom, gaping up at Zen. The third man looks at me and carefully takes a step back. She's the chosen one. She's the one who... But then they're gone. Just gone. The knife clatters to the ground as they lose themselves in the breeze. Zen still stands there like nothing has happened, like they've always been there, like some statue drawing people into the park. I sniff, then tears roll down my cheeks. This is too much. Castillo giving me orders, these drunks, this poor duck, Zen. I have a breaking point and I can't fight it. I just sob openly. Zen faces me and leans their head to the side as I pet the duck again and again. Ekiya. They offer me their hand and help me up. The softness of the gesture isn't wasted on me. My tears are still flowing, but I look at Zen's face, and for the first time I sense genuine care for someone else. They seem to feel sorry for me, even if they don't express it openly. No, I'm just gonna straight up agree with her on this one. I have no qualms about it. They deserved it. I swallow and get up while trying to control my tears. Zen looks from me to the duck at my feet. They deserved it. The silence stretches until a duck quacks from the pond, unbothered by the events that just transpired. Ducks aren't family creatures. I doubt they care much about a fallen friend in the long run, as long as they themselves get to survive. I feel bad saying it. I mean, they were people, but I'm not sad they're gone. Explain. I meet their eyes. You do not support killing the rich, but you aren't sad about these people being gone. This is different. They hurt an innocent animal because they were bored. They wanted to hurt me just to pass the time. They don't care about anyone who wasn't part of their group and to hurt an animal that wasn't threatening anyone? That's the lowest a person can get. Those people. You are shaking, Ekiya. Haha, yeah! I'm so good. I take an unsteady breath. There's too much going on in my head. Ekiya, those people were a waste of space, so thank you. Zen nods to me and gives me a moment to collect myself. I sniff a few times and clear my throat. That seemed to signal that I'm okay to talk. I have a final question. Only one? Why is this duck? I nod. Why is the duck so important to you? It was a random animal, not a pet companion. I smile sadly as I stroke the damp feathers again. Maybe I'm more insane than I thought I was. No one would blame me for losing it a little, but I don't know if I would have acted any differently even if Zen had never come to this planet. I've always felt compassion for animals since I was young. I mean, even if I don't like the specific animal, their life still has value. That's why I became vegan, and when I turned 18, I start most days with cereal and almond milk. Zen considers that for a long moment. I have gathered data about diets and the environment. I did notice that, if all humans on Earth switched to a vegan diet, resources could be allocated and human health would be better overall. Perhaps if given the instructions to farm more sustainably, the people of Earth could see a positive change in the environment as well. Zen always has to use their statistical and logical based reasoning. Feelings never factor in. I shouldn't expect any differently. Do you have feelings? Do you ever base your decision on them? I based most of my decisions on mine. I didn't give that woman money because it was logical, you know? But it was a logical decision if your priority is caring for people. Everyone should base their decisions off logic. It makes things more cohesive. Yeah, why'd you come to my rescue then? That had to have been based out of emotion, right? Not necessarily just logic. Right? I anticipated this kind of response from them, but I won't let the matter rest. Not this time. Is that so? Then why did you come to my aid? Explain how logic pertains to murdering those individuals. They posed a threat to innocent beings, and they squandered the opportunity given to them. They were not deserving of life. Isn't it because you... I hesitate before finishing my sentence. It's a bold statement to make, but I want to gauge their reaction, if any. Isn't it because you have feelings for me? Because you care about me? I have them speechless. It's the first time I've heard them at a loss for words like that. As my thoughts drift, I find myself contemplating the possibility that I am, out of all of the individuals Zen has ever met of any species, the first being that Zen has ever cared about. While it is not necessarily a feeling of love, it is certainly not one of indifference either. It is a strange sensation, reminiscent of the uncertainty and vulnerability one feels during adolescence when wondering if someone has feelings for you. Our inexplicable connection is warm, as if there is an unspoken bond between myself and this alien entity. But Zen either denies it or doesn't feel it the way I do. When the response finally comes, it's as cold as ever. You are a highly valuable asset. Your advice is precious. It would be bad to lose you. I guess thanks? Before I can reply, they're gone. I don't bother looking around for them. I'm sure they're back on the ship. I sit back on the bench and stay until sunset when I dig a shallow grave with my fingers and gently place the duck there. I cover it up and pat the earth into place. Well, that was really nice of you. Putting a rock here would feel insensitive. Yeah, you right. That's, When I get home, Sarah jerks me down onto the couch in front of the TV and points while babbling too fast for me to process. How does every day feel so long lately? I need a week-long vacation from life. You have to see this. Zen is on TV again, looking no different than they did in the park. Starting tomorrow, every person on Earth needs to switch to a vegan diet. Oh no. Oh no, we made it worse. This will be beneficial for your planet if you follow the schematics we have sent to your farmers and produce growers around the world. All lives are valuable. Embrace that. I laugh. Just laugh. Zen can be ridiculous without realizing it. This is definitely my fault. I can't actually make them do anything, but our conversations are clearly fueling the changes Zen puts into place. This isn't funny. I love bacon, and growing tofu and almonds and all of that is terrible for the environment. They bulldoze jungles to grow those things. They ruin local economies and job markets to pay people less to work there. This is terrible. I blink at her. That's why they sent guidelines this time. Zen is always pragmatic. Pragmatic my ass! They've clearly never tasted bacon or had a burger after a really bad hangover. She's got a point because that is the most delicious burger to ever exist. I arch an eyebrow at her. I mean, I guess I don't actually have to eat meat when it comes down to it, but cats can't be vegan. A good thing, the rule only applies to people then. I nudge her and she nudges me with a suspicious look in her eyes. She looks me over slowly as I stand and stretch. Hold on, you didn't seem surprised. Are you telling me that this is your fault as well? My fault? Did you see Zen today? Tell me. Is she angry because she's jealous? Or because she thinks I'm the one to blame for the vegan thing? To be honest, I am to blame. But for now, I'll just crack a joke and hope that diffuses the situation. Whoa, when did you become Agent Castillo's replacement? Sorry to say, but you need to work on your abs. My abs, my belly is just fine. That's typical of you, though. What do you mean typical? Changing the subject when you don't want to answer a question. That's not true. And for the record, yes, I wasn't surprised because I met Zen today. I knew it. On the ship again? No, I was at the park, and some people started throwing rocks at a duck. I killed it. I yelled at them. Sarah sweetly sits by my side, her gentle touch soothing my worries as she tenderly runs her fingers through my hair. Her comfort is a blessing, and I am grateful to have her as my companion in this moment. Oh no, that's terrible. They started to threaten me. That's when Zen arrived, and they killed them all. What? But they weren't rich, right? Did Zen kill them because they were threatening you? I don't know. Zen felt very protective. I was also surprised by their actions. Tell me, what happened next? Well, Zen started asking me questions about why I was upset about the duck. I told them about being vegan, and at that moment, Sarah stands up. Her movements quick and determined as she extends her arms into the air for emphasis while speaking. I knew it! So this is all your fault! Fine, you got me. I surrender. Wait, sorry, I didn't mean... I'm exhausted. It's been such a long day. I go over to the bed and collapse onto it, but Sarah keeps watching TV. I feel her eyes on me sometimes and hear her grumble, but the TV is louder. I mostly overhear experts panicking about the new rule. Apparently, not eating meat is just as bad as murder. Who knew? Bonus chapter. Ooh, we get some special secret stuff.